You know, kids let you, as an administrator or any human being, touch the future. And in whatever capacity you are in Head Start, you have that opportunity. Whether you're the line staff, you're an administrator, or you're the head of the Office of Head Start, you have that opportunity. And what better thing can you do in a world? You can create a future that's better than what you had. And I think that's important for kids.
See if we can get them all. Are you ready? Ready? Yum, yum. Eat.
We want to educate children so that they're intrinsically motivated to learn, to grow, to be adults that'll be great citizens and happy people. And that's important to me. Kids are ready for school after Head Start. We make sure we align our curriculum with school districts. Here in Central Missouri, we have 36 school districts we work with. So think about aligning the curriculum to 36 school districts, but we do it because it's about the children. The most misunderstood thing about Head Start is it's a daycare. It's an expensive daycare, or that it is a public school program, and neither is true. It is not a daycare, it's a comprehensive program. You know, we're required to do services in the classroom, but those also entail mental health for children. A good example of that, and I hope people do know that this is a statistic that is true, and this is not just in Head Start. We are seeing an ever-increasing number of children with significant behaviors. Children are lonely, and children are hurting, and they are raising themselves, and that's across the board. And so we have mental health workers come in and not only work with the children, but work with the family unit to see what we can do.
Head Start and Early Head Start is comprehensive early education. So what that means is we take the whole child perspective, which includes their family as well. We know that children do not learn adequately when their tummies hurt or when their mouths hurt. And so we look at every facet of them, from their oral, their mental, their physical, all of those, to have a well-being, so that when they enter the classroom or they have a home visit in their kitchen with their mom and dad, we know that they have had access and follow through with the medical needs that they need to make sure that they're good learners. And so that approach is different from other early education programs because our focus is on the whole child.
The investment that Head Start places on a child and family, it ultimately has a wave effect, in that it not only affects the child that's being served and that family that's being served, it impacts other children that are in that home as well. It impacts other families that are in that community. That mother that has that child in Head Start is going to talk to other mothers about all the wonderful things that her child is experiencing in Head Start. That father that's involved with that child, that father also will talk to other fathers about the wonderful father involvement activities that are happening in Head Start.
When we're talking about individuals who've achieved through Head Start, I can talk personally about a dentist I know. I can tell you about the lawyer I know. I can tell you about my personal OBGYN, who was a Head Start child in Atlanta, and I know a banker here in Columbia, Missouri, who was a Head Start child. They all tell the similar story, but way different story, about how they learned to learn in Head Start, and their families were supported when they were in troubled times in their families, and they've gone on to very successful careers. And for that, we should all, as taxpayers and people who pay for that, be very proud.
And the businesses that are in that community, they are also going to be positively affected, because that family that's working and has their child in that quality comprehensive service, they're at work every day because they don't have to worry about whether or not their child is not being taken care of. They are in a comprehensive service, they're in a quality classroom, and so those families are working daily.
With Early Head Start, children are born ready to learn, so our process is not really focused on kindergarten, being ready to stand in a line and sit at a desk per se. It's more about learning to self-regulate, develop relationships with their peers and other adults, develop a process for learning, being curious learners. So we have children who come through who have diagnosed disabilities and come in at a level that's not on target developmentally due to their disability. And we address their development through interventions, early intervention systems, and Early Head Start collaborate to work together to support them.
Certainly, I think involving parents in program decision-making, program systems, parents feel empowered. They too feel like they are the first advocate of their children and the needs of their children. So by incorporating parental engagement, it not only empowers parents while they're in the Head Start program, but hopefully it helps parents as their child moves on into the school system.
Head Start has helped me as Savannah's mother be a more patient parent with her. They've given me lots of tools and skill building, you know, as far as different ways of dealing with discipline and behavior, and a lot of patience and just, you know, knowing how to handle situations. I have noticed a very positive change in her behavior at home as far as they implement a lot of redirection ideas. Like, a huge thing at home was her sitting at the table during dinner and not getting up 50 times. Well, here they have implemented a little picture on the table, and they point to that picture whenever she wants to get up and say, "This is not the time that we get up." So I have implemented that at my house, on my table, and that was one of the great ideas that they gave me for that. Had she not been enrolled here, I don't think that she'd be learning the things that she's learned. She wouldn't be ready for kindergarten. And, you know, the legislator talks about how children are behind these days. Well, this type of place here is what I think puts the children ahead when they do go to school. I would tell everyone about this place and tell them that every child should go ahead, start before school. I really do. I mean, to me, you're making the way of the future. These children are the future, and this is helping them.